5 kilometers away, hypertrophied optic lobe binocular vision with millimeter precision folded, cerebral cortex planning ability, and spatial memory. In 2023, in the Bayanzag Desert, a discovery shocked the scientific community: 7 fossilized adult and juvenile velociraptor skeletons with matching tooth marks. This was no accident. It was the first concrete evidence that they hunted in organized packs with complex hierarchies. By analyzing the positions of the bodies, the researchers reconstructed their strategy. Agile juveniles dispersed the flock, experienced females isolated, vulnerable prey-dominant males delivered the final blow. A coordination that required advanced communication, probably through low-pitched sounds and visual signals with feathers. The definitive proof came from the famous fighting dinosaurs fossil, where a velociraptor and a Prehistory are immortalized in combat. New high-resolution X-ray analysis revealed macabre details. The raptor's claw was positioned exactly over the prey's jugular vein. The Prehistory bit the attacker's arm hard enough to fracture it. Both were buried by an avalanche of sand during the fight. This tells us something extraordinary. Velociraptor did not attack randomly. It chose vital points with surgical precision, even under intense counterattack. A level of tactical coolness that we only see today in orcas and chimpanzees. To test these hypotheses, MIT engineers created a biomimetic robot based on the velociraptor in 2024. The results were frightening. Spatial memory navigated complex mazes 40 faster than robots with modern AI decision-making in hunting simulations. It prioritized injured prey, saving 35 energy. Social learning robotic pups copied their elders' tactics after 3 attempts. In other words, being the smartest also meant being the most vulnerable. And that brings us to the third act, where you'll discover how this evolutionary advantage became their ultimate curse. The more we study velociraptors, the more we find a disturbing pattern: their bodies, perfect for killing, were too fragile to survive. Take this adult fossil found in Mongolia in 2020. Fused ribs, injuries from repeated impacts during hunting, advanced osteoarthritis in the claws, overuse as weapons, and healed skull fractures, signs of desperate attacks. This was not an isolated case. 68 of adult skeletons show trauma that would render them incapable of hunting today. How can we explain that the best adapted predator was also the most vulnerable? 3D analysis revealed that after his death, primitive birds the size of crows feasted on his carcass. The irony is, cruel creatures he himself had hunted in life now devoured his body in death. But this macabre cycle held an even greater secret. It was the first step toward evolutionary immortality. When we look into the eyes of a hawk or feel the chill of hearing a cassowary cry, we are faced with a unique phenomenon: evolutionary memory. And this leads us to a disturbing question. If Velociraptor's killer instinct persists after 66 million years, what else from prehistory still lives inside the creatures around us? And more importantly, what do we carry from our own hunting ancestors? These questions bring us to the threshold of the greatest revelation in this story. Because what we have discovered in the last 2 years is not just about the past. It is a warning for the future of all dominant species. And that answer begins with the fossil found where no one expected it. The real Velociraptor was deadlier than the one in the movies, but also more complex. An efficient killer that cared for its young. A warm-blooded predator with colorful feathers. Prehistory teaches us that nature is never simple, and that the greatest secrets are yet to be revealed. It's been portrayed as the smartest killer in movies. But the truth about the Velociraptor is even scarier. Hollywood lied to you. The real Velociraptor didn't need size, because it evolved to be the most efficient killing machine in prehistory. New fossils reveal a radically different creature with feathers, retractable claws, and an intelligence that rivaled primates. Get ready to discover the secrets Hollywood never showed, and why this predator was 300 deadlier than we imagined. The first secret lies in its physical structure. Unlike the scalped monsters in the movies, the real Velociraptor mongoliensis was an evolutionary masterpiece covered in iridescent feathers. Standing just 70 centimeters tall, yes, smaller than a Labrador, this predator made up for every inch with adaptations. That made it 3 times more effective as a killer than a modern lion. Let's start with the most famous weapon, the 9-centimeter sickle claw. For decades, we thought it was used to cut like a knife. Wrong. Biomechanical studies from the University of Manchester have revealed that it worked like a butcher's hook, piercing flesh with concentrated pressure, then twisting to tear muscle and tendon. A single precise strike to the jugular vein of a Prehistory could drain its blood in 90 seconds. But the real breakthrough came in 2007, when American paleontologists discovered fossilized feather marks on the arms. They weren't decorative, they were multifunctional weapons. Thermal control hollow structures preserved heat on the freezing nights of the Gobi Desert, keeping their metabolism revved up. Dynamic camouflage pigments found suggest tiger-like stripe, patterns perfect for ambushing in sparse vegetation. Psychological weapon by ruffling their feathers as modern chickens do, they doubled their visual volume, terrifying smaller prey. Its mouth was another underrated killing machine. Teeth serrated like chef's knives, but with one crucial detail: they curved backwards. Why? Fossils analyzed by CT scans show that this structure prevented the prey from escaping. Each bite acted like a hook. The more the victim struggled, the deeper the teeth sank. Optimized energy consumption: a bite of 800 psi equivalent to a modern alligator required 60 less force than a T-Rex. Perfect for prolonged attacks. The stroke of evolutionary genius? Their lungs. Exceptional preservations in Mongolia have revealed air sacs like those of modern birds, which they increased resistance. They allowed chases of up to 3 kilometers without fatigue, crucial in an arid environment. They cooled the body. They avoided overheating. During attacks, unlike modern reptiles, they will amortize impacts. They protected internal organs during hand-to-hand combat. If Velociraptor's body was a killing machine, its brain was the supercomputer that controlled it. In 2022, paleontologists at Ohio State University scanned an exceptionally preserved skull and made a revolutionary discovery in proportion to its body. Its brain was larger than that of any reptile alive today and comparable to that of a modern crow, one of the most intelligent animals on the planet. Look at these 3 crucial areas enlarged. Olfactory bulb could smell blood from one.